All right, good. Okay. All right, I'm not go live there, Kishon. Ah. All right, we're live now. We're live, folks. Social
Yeah,
media.
live.
All right, sorry about that, folks. All right,
Live.
see Williams on. That's all is on. That's it. Can I text man say something? All right, folks. Those of you are on. As you come on, just all right. You know what to do. Just share and say you'll have that man say.
Yeah, I love it.
Folks, have that moment here. Santa Cruz is in the house. Arima is in the house. All right, folks, just tag your friends. Tag somebody who really need to hear this discussion. Marilyn's in the house. Wonderful. Okay, those of you who are on, you're listening. Just text something up so we can know that you're on, and invite your friends. Message. All right, put it on the Facebook, on Instagram, but let everyone know that the morning breakfast brew is on. Ian and Kishon, and this morning we're going to be talking about mental toughness for success. All
Yeah.
right, we have been really getting into that, and I was just a few minutes ago was just telling sharing with Kishon concerning the importance of having a proper structure, even as you pursue success, even as you pursue all these things. Sit down and plan your day, your week, your month. Okay, there are 24 hours in a day. So when you begin to look at your day from that perspective, 24 hours, you're going to realize how you can structure it. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, you get up and do stuff like that. Because if you can do that, you might end up running in getting burnout. Okay,
Yeah.
so Kishan, how was yesterday? Just give us some feedback on how your week was and thing before we jump in.
It was great. Practically, the new phase of our company started Monday, so things have gotten very hectic for me. Meeting with community members, meeting with customers, sharing what is taking place, and of course, getting people excited and ready for the second phase of um, liftoff.
Right. Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
yeah,
looking forward to that. Of course, I know a lot of things have been structured and put in together in the back end. So
yeah,
looking
yeah.
forward to that. All right. So folks, you could hear more about that soon coming up um, as we go forward. And also we have the remember the book launch is coming up. All
Correct.
right. Okay. All right. So I met with all the folks who I was supposed to meet with. So it's action now. All right. And folks, those of you who have the link is up on the chat there. If you go up on the chat, minding my business, morning breakfast brew, the link is up. Let me see if I can put it up. All right, look at it. The link is up there. Or you can click on the link and you can pre-order the book and the event that is on the 2nd of July. On the 2nd of July, we are having a big event with a
Yeah,
book launch. We have some speakers coming in. We have it's going to be some jazz, some pan, and different other things. Will be just even a fun time and fellowship. You will love it. You will love what we put together for you on the
so you know
2nd of
what? 10 to
July. So
wine.
you want to go? Yeah. Is it?
So you know what?
What time?
10 to wine.
Yeah, forget that part. We tell you what time to why. Before we jump on, I want to just highlight something from the book here,
Yeah.
Kishore. There's a chapter in this book, and I thank God for the response that I'm getting. The chapter on dismantling the box mentality. Those of you who have been on the morning breakfast brew, we are kind of like peak interest in this topic already. The mindset, not mental, dismantling the box mentality. So
Yeah.
what I
Yeah.
want to just with that basically, I remember when we share things on the platform, this what we share on the platform basically, we just peak interest set platform, but there's so much more to it because we have courses, we have workshop, we have a lot of things happening on the back end that you can be part of. All right. So one of the things on page 81 on dismantling the box mentality. All right. I was talking about Joshua, and I was saying when God visited Joshua, because remember Moses had died and Joshua was sitting,
Yeah.
waiting what to do, over a million plus Jews to lead, and he's sitting because Moses, this great intellectual leader, died, and he has a responsibility now to lead the people, and he's sitting, and God appeared to him, and there's some things God said to him. I just want to highlight certain things here. He said God visited Joshua. He spoke to him concerning his predicament. All right, 2 million Jews to lead, his problem and his pain. Okay, his predicament, his problem, and his pain. And then God gave him instructions. Listen to this: a plan of action. And this is what I want you to understand. And even this is not just a biblical thing. This is life itself. You must have a plan of action. This is what I said to Keyshawn just now, that having a structure your day, structure your week, structure your month. There are 24 hours in a day. Sit down, put a pen to paper, and begin to write. Structure it so you know what you're doing. And every night, before you go to bed, you just jot down a couple of things you want to do for the next day. No, you may not do everything, okay, but at least you have a structure to work with, because there are a lot of people are complaining being burnt out and other things. So God gave Joshua direction regarding his purpose, his destiny, and his potential, and that's in the book here, 4 Levels of Human Existence, on page 81. He gave Joshua direction regarding his purpose, not his pain. So he spoke to him about certain things, Kishon, but then he gave him direction in a particular area. Okay? His purpose, not his pain. His destiny, not his deficiency. And then his potential, not his problem. Because many times when we talking about our problem, we're talking about our deficiency, and we're talking about our pain.
Yeah.
Your problem, your deficiency, and your pain is part of the process to help build you.
Correct.
When you get there, there are going to be pain, there are going to be deficiencies, and there are going to be some problems. But notice what God spoke to him about. He spoke to him about his purpose, his destiny, and his potential. Critical aspect. Okay, so that's just some snippet from the book, 4 Levels of Human Existence. All right, so what we're going to be talking about this morning, just let us know where you're coming in from. All right, I see Mary Thomas. I see Paris.
That's Mary.
Right. All right, Gardner is in the house. Okay, let's know where you're coming in from. All right, and please comment on the chat there. Also, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like. Make sure you share on the Facebook, on the Instagram. Okay, what it is that's happening here. So let's jump into it. So this morning, we're talking about the power of perception, the power of perception in the subconscious mind. Okay, the power of perception. All right, before I jump into that, Kishon, you just want to just from the outset, perception.
Yeah.
Perception. Okay.
Yeah, I can touch base on that from what I would have learned along the way. The guy that really stood out for me with perception is Jim Rohn.
Jim
right?
Rohn,
And
right.
Jim Rohn is one of my mentors in this space. He said,
Right.
how can the same measure affect two people distinctly different? He said, one looks at a glass, he sees it half full. The other looks at the glass, he sees it half empty. He said the same measure could affect two people differently.
Right.
And two people can look at the fact of the amount of water in a glass, but perception distinguishes the message that's being received. So
Right,
perception,
wonderful.
as you rightfully said on the course that you did, right, will be altered. Your perception alter your reception.
Yes.
So what you receive is determined by how you perceive.
That's it.
And definitely,
That's good.
I would never forget that. After hearing you say that, it makes so much sense because it's a fact. Your perception alters your reception. And the same measure affects two people differently because of how they see things and not what they see. To add to that, one of the other guys that I've studied is Wayne Dyer. He said,
Wayne Dyer, okay.
when you change the way you see things, the things that you look at change. When you
Okay,
change
that's
the
it.
way you look at things, the things you look at change. And
Hmm.
it's a fact. So, that is just the two quotes that stands out to me from two of the guys I would have looked up to in my space, Jim Ron and Wayne Dyer. So I guess I'll pass it on to you to dissect it because usually
All right,
dissect
wonderful, wonderful. That's good. That's good, Kishore. So now, how do we change the things we look at? That's the
Yeah.
question. How do
Yeah.
we change the things we look at? Okay. So my favorite quote: "Perception alters your reception." Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how you perceive something will determine how you receive something. So what you
Correct.
receiving, what's coming to you as a result, is how you're perceiving things, how you look at it. So couple weeks ago, that's a week ago, we did a study, a course on mental toughness, and it had me going down a particular part
Yeah.
because I see the need for dealing with perception. But you don't just deal with perception, because if we talk about perception, Kishon, it's like just dealing with the fruit and not the root.
Yeah.
Okay, the fruit and not the root, because the concept with the fruit and the root is, if you just change the fruit, the next season the fruit will bear.
Correct.
You take all the fruits from the tree, oh, we fix it, but next season fruits again. Right? Oh, the fruits was sour, the fruit was, and you took the fruits, but guess what, next season again, same thing. So you go down to the root to change the fruit.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with perception. If you want to change your perception, all right. And one of the things I'm saying this one, how you perceive things to be is determined by your belief system. How you perceive things to be is determined by your belief system. So what is controlling your perception is your beliefs and your value.
Yeah.
So if you want to change how you perceive something, you got to deal with your beliefs and you got to deal with values.
Correct.
Now, if you're going to deal with beliefs and values, then now you have to go down where? In your subconscious mind.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, for some folks, that's going to be like, what, all this? But remember, keep remembering, your perception will alter your reception. You're receiving based on how you're perceiving things, how you look at
Yeah.
things. So you heard Kishore mention the quote with Jim Ron. I mean,
Yeah.
both of us looking at the same glass. One seen it half, one see it half full. All right. Okay, is I mean, and all of them is perception. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's jump into it. So the first thing I said to you is, how you perceive things to be is determined by your belief system. Okay, so we need now to go down now into where beliefs are formed, where values are formed. Okay, perception, and listen to this definition here, Kishon. Perception is the individual interpretation of events
Yeah.
based on personal beliefs, emotional and intellectual position.
Yeah. Correct.
Let me run it again, because somebody said, yeah, you just be speeding. All right, I said to them, if you know where I'm going, you will be speeding too. All right. So let's give so folks on the live there, just text your comments, share with us also your viewpoints, and so we can have a discussion here. We are dealing with mental toughness. We are talking about the power of perception, all right, the power of perception and the subconscious mind. So the definition I'm going to give you again, let me run back the definition to you. Perception is the individual interpretation, Okay. Now let's look at that individual. So my perception is going to be different from your perception. So this is why we
Yeah.
break it down into individual. So it's the individual interpretation of events.
Yeah.
Okay, based on beliefs. So you're going to interpret an event based on your what? Beliefs.
Belief.
Right? That's one. Based on also your emotional, intellectual position.
Yeah.
All right. So based on where you are emotionally on a particular situation, whether it's relationship, financial, family, based on where you are emotionally, based on the things that you went through emotionally, based on the effect that it had on you emotionally, the relationship, you're going to perceive relationship based on that.
Correct.
So based on what you went through the last relationship emotionally, you're going to perceive relationships based on that. So your perception now is going to be based on those experiences that you had in those events. Okay. Now, the next aspect of this is that your thinking is the process. Um, your thinking is the process you use to analyze and evaluate data. So you analyze things or you process things based on your thinking, which means you're going to use your mind now to process and to analyze things.
Yeah.
Now, this evaluation that we're discussing here is first done with it's done with the conscious mind. So when you begin to evaluate things, okay, it's done firstly with the conscious mind, okay. After the conscious mind is made a determination on the facts, thoughts, definition, and
Mm-hmm.
values, which then established in the conscience. All
Yeah.
right. So when you look at something, which is the conscious mind, you look at it consciously. So those of you who are on, you look at a scenario consciously, all right, with your conscious mind. Okay. And when you look at that, based on the determination and the facts that you get when you look at it, your thoughts, definitions, the values, all right, that the values now is established in your conscience.
Yeah.
Okay. Now remember, we talk about subconscious mind, the body. Okay. And in in dealing with the mental toughness, we went into the conscience because now
Yeah.
the conscience is getting information from the conscious mind. So when you look at something consciously and you begin to evaluate that thing, okay, you begin to determine that thing, you get facts from that thing, and you begin to think on that thing, the definition and the values which is established there moves into where? The conscience.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. Now, most of the time you don't really hear about the conscience. Okay? You hear about the conscious and the subconscious mind. Okay? But now we are bringing in the conscience because the conscience is getting information from the conscious mind, the values and the beliefs is coming in there. Because if you want to know how beliefs and values are formed, you got to look at conscience. Okay?
Yeah.
Now, so the subconscious mind now serves now as a autopilot. You know what an autopilot does, which means it takes over. So the subconscious mind is served as an autopilot and it locks on the information, all right, the conscious mind has received.
Yeah.
So the information the conscience received from the conscious mind, the subconscious lock in that information because it functions as the autopilot. So you see the breakdown here: conscious, conscience, subconscious. Now,
Correct.
some may say, I'm Kishon, this is not important, and all that deep stuff and all that thing. But remember, perception, reception. All right.
Yeah.
And if you want to fix your perception, which is basically, which if you want to fix how you're perceiving things, how you look at things, okay, you have to go down into your beliefs and your values, and you cannot do that without going down into the subconscious mind, where things are formed. All right. Now, just let me go a little more into this. So your perception of things are the results of what your conscience and your subconscious mind have digested and have established as information.
Yeah.
So when listeners, so when you if whether it's business, whether it's relationship, okay, what has been established from those events, okay, it could be bad, it could be good, but what has been established from those events, your perception of things are the result of what the conscience and the subconscious mind have digested and have established as information.
Correct.
This is why individuals perceive things in the area of, let's say, for instance, relationship. Okay. So if someone has been hurt and traumatized and had a bad experience with relationship, a bad experience with this, guess what? That that information, that experience that you had impact your conscious, your subconscious mind, okay, which basically now forms your beliefs and your values. So how you perceive something now is going to be based on that experience.
Correct.
Okay, so we could be looking, just as you said, we could be looking at some let's say for instance a financial opportunity. Okay, and I'm seeing this thing as, yes, this thing is it. This thing is good. This thing is really good. Okay, and the next person will look at it and say, hey, no, this is not good. All right,
Yeah.
and it all perception, but then how perceptions are formed, it goes back down to experience. Somebody had an experience that was bad, all right, that alters your belief system, okay, which forms your perception.
Correct.
So you perceive things based on that. Okay, now this is important. Now let's go down deeper, a little deeper into the scientific aspect of it, because you will want to know now how it is your body is so sensitive to these things. How it is automatically you could just flow into something without even an afterthought. How it is like that. Well, neurological thinking, or neurologists, right? They do these studies on these things, right? And they said that these are signals that are sent to other parts of your body in line with your subconscious have perceived. Okay?
Yeah.
It's really talking about, this is your nervous system. So it sends information to your nervous system. All right? So your physiology, okay, it affects the dealings with your body. So it affects all that aspect of your body also, which is which I'm talking about, the conscious and the subconscious mind. All right? Affects your entire being, your body. from that whole psychological perspective. So it's not just well, I experienced something, it didn't affect me, or I just did this. It has an effect on your entire body. This is why somebody could just automatically, after experiencing something for over a period of time, could automatically just move into something without an afterthought, without thinking.
Correct.
Without thinking. Okay? So this now, what it does now, it affects your 5 physical senses. Right? Your sight, your air, your hearing, your taste, your touch, everything. It affects all of that. Okay? Even though this information may not have anything to do with what is actually truth. Now, the key thing about this here, the information that you get in has nothing to do if it's truth, if it's good, if it's bad, has nothing to do with that. Because it cannot really decipher the truth from lie, good or bad. All it's know is getting the information that was sent, all right, and we stored it there, and we begin to shape now your beliefs and your value system. Okay. Anything you want to share that, Kishan?
100% facts, and operating from an entrepreneurial standpoint, people, I tell people all the time, we know who you are, and we know who you listen to by how you see things, who you allow to speak into your life, who you allow to speak into your conscious space, into your subconscious space, into your conscious space. We can tell. Because your perception alters your reception. Yeah, you can tell.
But what is serious about this, Keisha? What is dangerous about this is that this thing don't just change like that.
Yeah.
It don't just. So sometimes even you put in hard effort, you don't just change like that. There's a way to shift this. There's a way to change this. There's a way. This is why I said to everyone, get a proper understanding of how the mental complex of your body makeup is made up.
Yeah.
All right. You may think that is not important, what I have to do with what I'm doing, but I'm telling you, it have everything to the decisions you're making, the individuals that you're dating, the business you're doing, why the business went sour, why you're not moving in life, why. It has a lot to do with it. Because, and for those folks who are spiritual, God deals with us the way He created our mind to function. Right? So somebody may say, well, all of this is not important, but this is how God deals with us. on the class, Kishon, I spoke something about the lost keys,
Right.
and I in that now I was sharing concerning how that whole subconscious go into operation. That something could be in front of you,
I remember
and you would
the
not.
lost key scenario. Yeah.
Yeah, the lost key scenario. You understand? And so when you bring in that, folks could basically understand now, like, because now this is a life experience. So let me explain it here for you. All right. So for those of you, you have a lost keys. I know I lost keys already, right?
Funny enough,
Mr.
this week, yeah,
Go ahead.
I lost my keys and I just remember the scenario in my mind. And I find it back though. What?
No, I tell you. But if you what happened? Like, so before I found this information, I lost some keys. I lost keys a
Yeah.
lot. And you look for it about an hour.
Yeah.
And so when I tap into this information now, I was able to connect the two to realize, wait, that is how it works. Because
Yeah.
when I found the key, and folks, you will hear it, you will hear just now. When I found the key was right there on the table.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was looking right there. I didn't see this key. No, this key, somebody put this key. And you started saying, no, some angel put the key or some kind of what kind of stuff. You started saying some kind of, but somebody come and put the key, but the key was right there. All right. So let's go into this aspect. So, all right, so lost key objects. So, all right, say for instance, you lost your keys, right? All right, so you lost your key. So you tell yourself your keys are lost. So I was looking for the keys. 1 hour, can't find the keys. So I tell myself the key is lost. All right. So folks, you listen to this, okay? All right, and you don't know where to find them, right? So you give yourself the belief that the keys are lost. So the minute you tell yourself the key is lost, you give yourself that belief that the keys are lost. Because remember now, you are sending message because I was looking for the keys. So my whole emotion, everything is in looking for the keys. I'm getting upset.
Yeah.
I'm getting angry because time is going. I have to reach some particular time. So my whole structure is in operation. So now I reached to a point where I said, listen to me, Kishon, keys lost. So I give myself that belief. Then this assumption, listen here, this assumed reality signals and send a message throughout my body, and it triggered my subconscious mind. You listen. So the minute I said to myself, the keys are lost, it sends a message, it signals, all right, throughout my body, it triggers throughout my body, all right, the subconscious mind, which is the autopilot. Remember, we just said the subconscious is the autopilot, right?
Yeah.
And it locked, see what the subconscious mind does it? It locked out the senses to recognize the assumed lost object. So the minute I send that message and say, listen, the key is lost, the subconscious mind takes it up, all right, which is the autopilot, and it locks in that information, all right, and it locks the senses to recognize the assumed key. So even though the key is right there, it locks out the senses to recognize the key or the object because of the information that was said. Now, so let's go deeper into it. All right. So what it did, it sent a message that if the item is lost, so it sent a message that the item is lost. So you cannot see it. Okay, you cannot touch it and you cannot hear it. That message is sent. It blocked it out. So even though the key is right in front, let me get some keys here. The key is right in front of you. Because the message is sent in the subconscious, it locks it out to the other senses of your body that the key is lost. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it, and you cannot hear it. And you must experience tension because the experience of loss. Because remember, the time you're looking for it, you experience it now because it's going on in your mind, your emotion, you're upset because you're watching the time. Okay? As a result, now you can look at the keys on the table and yet not see it or recognize it. Now, because of that Keyshawn, the keys could be right in front of you, and you cannot see it, and you cannot recognize it.
Yeah.
That's how powerful that subconscious mind operation is. All right. Now, let's go deeper into this, because the scientists call it, there's a word called, there's a phenomena, called the phenomena, but they call it scotoma. Now, scotoma is a Hebrew word. Okay. I remember when I was doing prophetic insight, this is one of the word for sight. Okay. And it speaks about looking at something over and over and seeing the same thing. This word here. But when I began to do this study here, I realized that it's also used in this context here. So scotoma now is a blind spot that is generated in your senses. A blind spot that is generated in your senses towards the object that is perceived to be lost.
Yeah.
A blind spot in your senses, all right, about the object that is perceived to be lost. Okay? So automatically now, it locked out that object that is perceived lost.
Yeah. You create your own blockage.
You create your own blockage because you couldn't find the keys. You said it's lost, so you send a message to your belief system, your subconscious mind tick it up, and it block out now the ability now, or the senses to see the key, it block it out. Okay, so you cannot see it, you cannot hear it, you cannot touch it. So all of the keys is right in front of you, you can never see it. Sure. Scientists calls it scotoma. Okay, which means now it's a blind spot that is generated in your senses. Now think about this, Keyshawn, with opportunities. Think about this with every other aspect that you say it cannot happen. That you say you can't get it, that you say it cannot happen, that you say it cannot happen. You tell yourself that, so you send a message in your subconscious mind that you cannot become, or you cannot do, or you cannot achieve, or you cannot become. So guess what? They locked out those senses and the ability to do that. So when opportunities present itself in front of you to be successful or to do something great, you cannot see the opportunity, so you cannot seize the opportunity.
Facts.
Is that making sense? Is this making sense, Kishan? Oh, this is too.
We should have 5,000 people, 500,000 here, not this message right now.
I'm telling you, folks, this is a game changer. It is a game changer. All right. Now, so now let's go back to it now. So you automatically, what you do, you lock out the object that is perceived loss. All right. You automatically lock out the sensor mechanism to find it. The sensor mechanism in your body to find it, because you have told yourself that the object is lost.
Correct.
Okay, so I want to pause to ask somebody, what have you locked out? What have you told yourself? All right, what have you tell yourself that you cannot get?
Correct.
And the reason why you cannot get it is because that is what you say, and that is the message you send in your subconscious mind. Mm-hmm. That's the message you send, and you say, listen to me, it cannot happen. So now look how powerful that is, Kishon. No matter what you do in the natural to go for it, you already create a pattern. All right, you already create now a belief system in your subconscious mind that you cannot get this thing.
Yeah.
And unless that pattern is changed, the efforts and the thing that you're doing here is really not going to make sense. This is why you find individuals going after things are getting frustrated and cannot get it because of the belief system that they themselves say it cannot happen.
I remember applying that in my entrepreneurial journey and hearing you also say a delay is not a denial. And the process to success, there are many delays. And the delay most times comes like the key, where people actually perceive, so they receive a denial, not being able to see that it's nothing more than a delay.
Wow. Kishore, I want you to run it, say it again. I want you to run it again.
Yeah, I mean, as an entrepreneur, we run into a lot of delays. And I remember you telling me, and you told me a delay is not a denial. And because we receive how we perceive, most times when we've been processed to success, hitting a delay, we could process or perceive a delay to be a denial. And most times people give up. And this is what separates, I would say, the good from the great. Because there are many entrepreneurs out there who are going towards a goal, going towards an objective. And the delays that they face are perceived, so it's received as a denial, so they quit.
Wow.
And it's all what they tell themselves in their own mind.
Yes. Yeah. This is this mindset. This mindset got to be dealt with, Keyshawn. I'm telling you. All right.
Yeah.
Hear what it says here. So you tend now to automatically block out things that are contrary to your belief system.
Yeah.
Let me say it again. You tend to block out things that are contrary to your belief system. So just how we said, you believe the key was lost, so your subconscious get that message. Those sensors to find the key is blocked.
Yeah.
All right. And so that is established now in your belief system. And so we tend now to automatically block out things that are contrary to our belief system. So although you want success, you want to go after this, you want to go after it, but your belief system can take you there.
Yeah.
Okay? Because your belief system is already established to accept certain things.
Yeah.
And one of the things that is not programmed to accept is what you want to pursue now. So there's tension there. So therefore now your belief system controls your life.
Yeah, correct.
Your belief system controls your life, right? Now let's bring the Bible here. I want to bring the Bible because remember somebody said, don't say the good book because it's the best book. Call the book by the name. All right. There's a scripture in the book of Mark, chapter 9 verse 23, where Jesus said, if you believe, you receive, you have it, it's yours. Okay. So Jesus made that statement in the Bible concerning what's possible. He said, all things are possible to them that what? Believe.
Correct.
All and hear what the guy said. Not some things, not little things, but all things.
Yeah.
Are possible to them that believe. So if your belief is formed not to accept certain things, it's not going to happen.
Correct.
It's not going to happen. So your subconscious and your conscience have the task now of defining and handling and storing your reality and automatically keeping you locked into your belief system. Now, here this Kishon, let me share this. So the conscience and the subconscious now have a work. Their job is to keep you at the belief system, to make sure that what you believe manifests.
Yeah.
So if your belief is not at that level, guess what? Your subconscious and your conscience will make sure that you stay at that level.
Correct.
That's the struggle. And that's the game changer for me. And it tells you why like a lot of individuals, you have a desire for something good, you want to reach it, but why it is you're not reaching it? Because your belief system is already set, is already programmed at a certain level. All right.
Yeah.
So what it does now, it accomplishes the task for keeping your behavior consistent with your belief. It accomplishes the task of keeping your belief system consistent with what you believe by sending neurological signals throughout your body to keep you in that place in agreement with what you believe.
Yeah.
So you see how that whole scientific thing come into play now, Keyshawn? It programmed now to keep you at that level. So it comes back down to that statement. What you believe, if you believe it's possible, it's possible. So if you don't believe it's happen, it cannot happen, it can't happen. But I want to take it more than that. I want to say also, it's gonna based on where your belief is set.
Yeah.
Because we're dealing with programming, we're dealing with complex things here. So if your belief is set for let's say for 15, and what you want to accomplish needs 100, your conscience and your subconscious mind will make sure that you stay at 15.
Correct.
That's the challenge there.
Yeah.
So unless now you go in now and understand how to reprogram your subconscious and your conscious mind to take your belief up now to the level of what the thing that you're believing for, it's not going to happen. Because it's wired to keep you in line.
Yeah.
It's wired to, just like we talk about the paradigms and the what's that in a plane
cybernetics.
Yeah, cybernetics. The cybernetic system, same way.
Yeah.
It works the same way. I'm just taking it at a different angle, Kishore.
Of course.
With the conscious and the subconscious. All right. But it works the same thing. So that's already programmed. So your subconscious mind, your conscious is already programmed to bring you on track. So you get excited, you get exposed, you get excited. All right. And that's what, yes, I want to do this. And yes, let's start a company and let's do the business and let's go after the stuff and let's guess what? All the excitement there. But the subconscious and the conscious say, okay, let Keyshawn do what you want to do. And next week we bring him back on track. Let him get excited.
Yeah.
Let him tell everybody about all the plans and things. Let him testify about it. But guess what?
Yeah.
We're going to work when he's sleeping. We're going to work. We're going to bring him back on track.
Correct.
That's
That's how it works.
That's folks. Those of you all listening, let's hear what some of the folks are saying. Come on, text and let us know what's going on here, folks. All right, Malene. Hi, how are you going there? Wonderful. That system gotta change. It gotta change. All right. Keisha, what's your take? What's your take here?
Powerful. This is the essence of change. This is the essence of sight. This is the essence of insight. Yeah. Because, I mean, for example, not many people can operate by faith. And because many people don't operate by faith, they operate by sight.
Right.
And most persons, because they don't operate by faith, most times they don't even operate from insight. And what's then left is sight. And if you're operating by sight, then you're operating by perception and reception. So some people only operate on that first level.
Yeah.
And that is why, they're unable to graduate from level to level to level, because everything that you create and receive, it starts with how you see things. Yeah. So,
folks, this is a game changer. I think them folks around you, we gotta get them into this, boy. This
for sure.
Program their mindset, even young entrepreneurs and things who they're excited. And I think what happens too is a lot of sometimes people get disappointed and see, I try my best, I really want to do things, okay, but information like this, teachings like this is really critical. Now you're going, this is why I'm Keyshawn, you understand what I said? Now we're going to the root.
Correct.
All right, we're not just changing the fruit, we're going to the root because we want to fix the whole tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could tell the difference with people, because at the end of the day, somebody who's working on themselves consistently, doesn't matter where they are, they won't quit.
No. Folks, you hearing this? I hope you're taking down these notes. Go back and listen to this again. This is a game changer here. I'll be giving you a lot in this stuff here. I'm telling you, really, I'll tell you. This is why now you understand why Keyshawn, why repetition is important.
Definitely.
Why the affirmation is important, why
Yes,
the
sir.
declaration, why the mirror technique, why constantly, and the goals and discipline. Why? Because those are the structure in place to reprogram your subconscious mind, to bring
Subconscious
it to
mind.
the belief that you want, so that you can manifest the thing that you're supposed to manifest.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
all about belief.
Woo! Come on, come on. Oh, that's just trying to get my subconscious right. That's you're on the right path. In the right path, it's gonna happen. All
For
right.
sure. For
Now,
sure.
let me give them something again before we close up. All right. So
Sure.
established beliefs. Let's talk about established beliefs. All right. These are beliefs that are already established in your subconscious mind that is causing you now to get the results that you're getting. It's called established beliefs.
Yeah.
Okay. You have established beliefs. You have established values also. Okay. So what has been established in you as a belief will regulate your life.
Correct.
It's going to regulate your life. Money, relationships, success, business, work, life, in every area. What has been established in your belief? Okay? It's going to regulate your life. Whether it's relationship, which means now you're going to make decisions from that place. So, deep-seated beliefs that you have about life, about who you are, about what is possible for you, actually control your life.
Yeah, for
That is
sure.
what is controlling your life.
And
So
the
what are
keyword is
some of the deep?
control.
Eh?
I said the
Come on.
keyword is control.
That's the key word. It's controlling. It's control your decision. It's
Yeah.
controlling who you talk to, who you associate with. It's
Yeah.
controlling your choice in terms of relationship. It controls your life.
Yeah.
Okay, deep-seated beliefs. All right, that you have about relationship. So what are your beliefs about relationships? What are your beliefs about money?
Mhm.
What are your beliefs about business? What are your beliefs about job? What a job?
Yeah. Yeah.
What are your beliefs of life? And those are the things that you have to investigate and begin to create to change some structure. All right. So from birth now you have been storing information. Listen, let's go a little deeper into this. So from birth now you're storing information about what the world is like. All right. You have been built your own version of what is possible for yourself. All right. We have established the truth. So all those things now go back from years and years and years. Okay, so we evaluate everything based on what we believe is true. Now you see how perception coming in here.
For sure.
You see why somebody could see the glass half full and half empty.
Yeah.
You see why those statements could go. So we could look at the same thing and we could come back with something different,
Yeah. Correct.
right? Totally different. Um, this I just touch on a series I'm doing in ministry concerning my head is hurting me. All
Yeah.
right. And it's really about the children of Israel going into the promised land. And when they went in to bring back report on what's in the land, they saw themselves as grasshoppers, and so are we in their sight. And they said there were giants in the land, and they couldn't possess the land, they couldn't take it. All right. And again, that projection of grasshopper. All right. So they saw themselves as grasshoppers. So they project their insecurity, they
Yeah.
project their beliefs on the giants. And based on that, now the giants saw them as grasshoppers because they saw themselves as grasshoppers and they said, so are we in their sight.
Yeah.
Okay. And the strength about that text to Kishon is that it's amazing that when they were going into the promised land, God tell them about the milk, he tell them about the honey, he tell them about the land, he tell them about the houses, but he never tell them about the giants. All right? Because the giants was irrelevant.
Correct.
And sometimes when you begin to pursue things and you begin to see things that you never see before, experience things, you begin to project your beliefs. So you begin to project your own self-image on those things. And you begin to say things now that you're not supposed to say. All right. So that belief system is critical. Is critical. Let me hear what some of the folks are saying. All right. All right. As I say, I'm trying to get my subconscious right. All right. Untrained perception leads to deception.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's it. Untrained perception leads to deception. All right. All right. So, folks, we bringing it to a close here now. I hope that I mean we share some real stuff here. Probably you need to go back and listen this again. All right.
Yeah.
The quality of your lives that you are and what we accomplish in life then will be determined by the our beliefs. The quality of your life, okay, is going to be determined by your beliefs. Okay, you are limited only by your ability to perceive and develop your potential.
Yeah.
Right. So let's hear what some of the folks are saying in terms of takeaway. We have just have a few minutes here. Kishan, what's your takeaway for this morning?
Perception and reception.
Perception and reception. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Betian, big artist on. Wonderful. What's your takeaway? Tosha is on. Good morning. Some folks are jumping on. All right. Glad to have you on. Crystal Eve, blessings. Wonderful. All right. Just let us know what's your takeaway. What stood out to you this morning. And I believe that after coming off a session like this, you realize that, guess what? We have work to do.
We do.
And the work to do is on yourself.
Yeah.
The work to do is on yourself. All right. So, folks, we wanna call it quits here. Anything before we close up, Kishore?
No, just a reminder, four levels of human existence, you know.
Yeah. All right, folks. 4 levels, you hear the talk. 4 levels of human existence. All right. The event is going to be on the 2nd of July. All right. You're going to see some stuff coming up. All right. Solidify your support on the event. All right. Betian said, I have to retrain my thoughts in some areas. That's right. That's right. Okay. That's so critical, folks. What has been established in you as a belief will regulate your life. Sure. All right. What's your belief where money is concerned? Okay. And Kishon, let me just say before we go, Kishon, you know, and again, I say this a lot of times that, sometimes you try not trying to change people, but you realize why individuals they're not going to change like that.
Yeah.
Although they're getting the information, they probably and all that stuff, but if your belief system, subconscious mind, if you don't go into those areas and begin to reprogram that, all right, this is why majority of work when it comes to personal development has to do with you as an individual. Yeah. All right, I know you have the product, I know you have the business and you want to move and all that stuff, but I want to encourage those of you who are on, all right, take time to work on you. Take time to work on yourself, work on your mind, all right, work on your belief system, reading the right books, get the right association, invest in your personal development, invest in your growth. Okay, yeah. That's not wasted money at all. Okay, because you are on the journey now to reprogram. Some of us, the environment that you grew up in, the parents that spoke into your life. Yeah. Okay. All right. Some of you with the life experiences that you had, all those things were contributed to your programming of your subconscious mind. So now, guess what? You are hearing this information. You are hearing this teaching. So now you have to intentionally sit down now and say, listen to me. This is what I'm going to do. All right. Just for some stuff here next week, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to be doing 2 days on biblical meditation, understand biblical meditation. All right.
What time?
That's 7 o'clock. Next week Thursday. Yeah, PM. All right. Next week Thursday. Okay. Somebody say, why is that important? But I'm telling you, I'm going to show you through how God used this Kishon. Trust me.
Yeah.
There was an account in remember when they built the Tower of Babel?
Yeah.
Right. And They were coming up to go into heaven and building this tower. And when God looked down, he said, wow, we got to do something about this. And hear what it says. It says, he said, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they imagine to do. Nothing will be restrained from them that they imagine to do, which means that whatever they imagine, whatever they put their mind to, they will be able to do it. All right. So right through the Bible, you see God use that concept with meditation to cause people to manifest things. So we're going to be going through that in detail. So those of you on, all right, message me. I think I have the link is on, all right, for the book. It's up there. All right, it's on the, all right, that's it there. All right, that's the site. So there's a landing page there. When you click on that, you're gonna get the information to register for the book launch. All right, so you all take care. So blessings, everyone. Have a blessed day. Have a successful day. We're going to be back on Monday in the morning because we're same place, same time. Before you come off, make sure and leave a comment on the YouTube page. Let us know what's happening. Share the live on the Facebook and the YouTube and the Instagram. All right. Blessings. Take care.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Good one.
All right.